Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 28th, 29th, and 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to the channel, or if you just want to bypass and cross-watch, then down there under the description is a timestamp, because this is the introduction and it's on all the videos. So if you want to bypass, go straight to whatever the video is you want, the part of the video you want, go down there, okay? Okay. Now, you know that this is the weekend, and I want to thank everyone. I am starting to feel better. I'm starting to actually have more energy, which is wonderful. I will be getting on soon. I've been reading the comments, but I haven't been able to answer the comments just yet. I go to answer the comments and say, oh, I think I need a little nap. Sorry, so I'm still napping during the day. Whatever this is, it's not horrible. It just makes you want to sleep. So don't worry about any of this. Carve out some time should this happen where you can get some rest. Chicken noodle soup or chicken soup, wonderful, wonderful recovery tool. Anyway, this is the weekend, so I am going to be using my Radley Valentine deck, my Angel Tarot cards. For the main reading, I will use my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will use my Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, the Angels of Abundance, and of course I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, because this is the introduction, I am going to be using my Waite Rider Tarot deck, and I'll pull about 3 cards from there, and then I will pull one from my Colleen Barrett Reed, the Good Tarot. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. Now, just kind of going over what's the weird stuff going on in the world. You know, we are in Scorpio season. As of today, we are having that new moon. It was a partial solar eclipse, which actually gives a really big jump start to whatever's going to be happening right now. And then in 2 weeks later, we are going to have that full moon, and it's going to be a Taurus full moon, and it will be a total lunar eclipse. Now, normally that's not so bad, but we are in the, and I shouldn't say so bad, we are in the Taurus. Taurus is in the northern node and Scorpio is in the southern node. Scorpio has this, Scorpio in the southern node brings about a lot of karmic past, okay? While Taurus in that northern node is about building a future. But we are in the karmic past. We are dealing with some things that maybe we didn't deal with right, or maybe we were just not aware of. And remember too, and I know you have to look at this whole big thing, and it gets very, very overwhelming. You know, I talk about Saturn, illusion versus reality, and so many things that we haven't really looked at that's the reality of our world. Then we have something that just went on, or I talked about the full moon, and that's going to have some Uranus type of influences, really, really strong Uranus type, to the point people have said that, when I just do my research, a lot of this is what I get from my feelings and from my research per se, or how I interpret what I'm getting from research. But they're saying that there's going to be so much of this. It's going to be very structured, very strictured. It's just going to be very boxed in type of energy, especially around that full moon. So, so that in itself, very, very tight. And again, I'm always talking about that good old Saturn in Aquarius. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about is, okay, basically we have we have Jupiter that has been retrograding, and it is retrograding from Aries into Pisces. Now, I'd said it wasn't necessarily going slow, but it is starting to go slow, because around November, I'm not sure, November 20th or something, it starts to go direct again. So this goes back into that it's starting to go direct, retrograde stationary. And this is where things start to look at, I'm always thinking the stationary part is where the energies are really concentrating on whatever needs to happen now. Okay, so it is doing that. But then we also have on the 29th Mercury entering Scorpio. So again, news, news, electronics, hearing things, just fast acting, almost like not being able to hold on to your hat. Remember, it's like hold on to your hat, where, things are about to get shaky now, or things are about to move fast. That's what's going to be happening more with Mercury in Scorpio. And remember, Scorpio to me does not like secrets. Scorpio also has that transformation type of energy, such as Pluto has, the rising of the Phoenix. But another interesting part, though, is October 30th. Mars is going retrograde. So what's interesting about that is we're coming to the end of a retrograde season. Okay, I think that even Neptune goes direct, I think, in early December. So we're coming to this towards the end, where it should be tapering off the retrogrades, and now we have a new retrograde that is going into place. So those are little oddities. Another little oddity. So what does it mean? It just means that things are happening that we are not used to seeing happening. And again, it's like all of this planetary movement wants to really shake things up more and more and more. Now, the other interesting thing that's kind of lovely for us, though, is I did post, I think it was more on Facebook. I'm sorry, not feeling as well. I did not post it on our community chat, here. But I posted this thing with Venus. Venus goes through this cycle. It's a 1-year cycle, but then it does it 8 years in a row. And when it does this, and if you look at the computer simulation of it all, it turns into this beautiful flower pentagram, very loving, just very beautiful to behold. Now, for the last 90 plus years, this petal journey, and like I said, it does it every 8 years. Each petal starts and has been ending in Scorpio. This time around, it is doing it in Libra. So it will be doing this for a good another 90 to 100 years, where it starts in Libra season and then it ends in Libra season. And like I said, it does this for an 8-year cycle until it comes to the beginning again, and it creates something quite beautiful. It really, really is a beautiful thing. So let's see what we have here. Venus is in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio. We do have, like I said, Mercury is entering into Scorpio, and Mars in Gemini is going retrograde at 9:26 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And, that's Mars. Now, I do associate Mars with Aries because Mars is Aries. Aries is Mars. Greek, Roman mythology, whatever you want to say. But Mars is also very strongly connected with that recycle, that death, birth type of energy of Scorpio. So I just feel like these 2 weeks, there's just a lot of interesting stuff, and just be prepared for an interesting ride. The other thing, though, is not to worry about any of it. Not to worry about any of it. These are things that happen, and we just continue. Whatever is going on in the world, in the universe, no matter how, it can feel very, very stressful, and I do get stressed too, but I still have to live my life, okay? And I still work to keep my vibrations high, because that's part of our job, is to keep our vibrations high. Lots of activity happening this coming weekend, coming and going. We have the 8 of rods, 8 of fire. Lots of activity happening. Again, not knowing if we're coming or going. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Passionate, very burning, very determined energy. 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Things happening that we're not necessarily, like I said, things happening that we're not necessarily in the best control of. But it's not horrible energy. It's not out of control energy. They are, but again, we don't know if it's coming or going. Okay, let's see what else we might have here. Remember, rods, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, burning, passionate, determined. Next card up, the World. So this is reverse. So the reversed energy has, to me, it's a little stronger energy. Other people read reverse cards differently. I just say, hey, pay attention. So we have a 21, we have a 2. 2 is choices, decisions. We have a 1, new beginning. The World is basically things are completed, things are done, things are happening, but you've done what you needed to do. Now, could it just be that there's a lot of, could we just read it very simply that there's a lot of activity going on in the world? We don't know if we're coming or going. Definitely we can do that. But the World does give a very good vibration that says, again, not to worry, not to stress. These are things that have to happen. They have to happen in order for a lot of that, a lot of what I was just saying in the heavens to be completed. Okay, next card is, now we have that 7. We have that 7. 7 is a divine number to me. It is a divine number. It gives me a divine umbrella. It says that even if things are happening you don't like, it is happening for a reason, and there is a divine covering. Okay, now we have a Sword energy. Sword energy is our air energy. It is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra energy. So, basically, Aquarius and Gemini have a lot going on in the game right now. They're, Gemini, Mars, by going retro, is going to be covering a lot of old ground. And like I said, whenever things, and it's retro stationary right now. So it's kind of watching and seeing, what do I need to do? But as it goes retro and it starts to pick up a little more movement, it goes and really looks at what was left undone. So, what else needs to be cleaned up? Now, we do see this guy. This does have a kind of that 5 of Sword energy where he's kind of has that sneaky snake energy. So Swords is about making plans, thinking things through. It is about basically, like I said, hearing news too. But it's all about, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But so, like I said, there is that sneaky snake type of stuff. But the 7 of Swords, to me, is giving me a trickster energy right here. It's kind of like, look over there, don't look over here. So let me divert your attention. I'm kind of like, while you're thinking everything's all nice over here, I'm making way, and I'm taking the 5 swords over here. So there is a sneaky snake energy here, but there's also a trickster energy. So be aware of your environment. Be aware of, like I said, this has to do with making plans, but it's also hearing news. It's also strategy. So again, it's, does it concern the world? It could. The world, though, does give us that energy that says, not to worry so much. But lots happening. Look over here. Don't look over there. There's a trickster energy. There's a diversion energy, and it surrounds the world. So let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. For this energy, for this going on. Higher power. Now remember, if I didn't say this, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is that you say. I say God, Holy Spirit, and just say whatever you want, whatever this is your channel, not mine. So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Higher power. What else is there about this weekend? Interesting times. As always, interesting times. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, how lovely is this? Okay, so again, reversed. We have drawn the Tower card. So this is a 16, this is a 1, new beginning, 10, transitional energy. 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something. 1 plus 6, though, is a 7. So it is divinely covered. It is divinely guided. It is the Tower card. It is where everything feels like it's falling apart and falling down. But again, it's one of these times that it has to do this. Now, there is also a very big cleansing with this falling. There is this there's a sense of, whatever this is that's falling apart, it is getting rid of the things that we don't need anymore. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy energy. It doesn't mean that it's easy to get through. We have to maintain, we just have to keep our eyes, on this world card. We have to remember things will turn around. Things will, everything goes full circle energy. But the Tower card is not necessarily a pleasant card to go through. But in order for something to be, to be rebuilt, or I shouldn't say rebuilt, in order for something to be built, it needs solid ground. I do get this energy with this, though. I am picking up a lot of the gray energy here, but I do have that blue sparkles, not sparkles, but the blue kind of shining through also. But the gray energy is not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily a positive, but it's something that has to be done in order for things to be moving on. Okay? Interesting stuff. Can't really tell you, we will see what we will see. Please take a moment. I know being off that one time, it messes up the algorithm so much. So I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, comment. If you've done all of that, undo it and do it again. I get a lot of people telling me that, my videos just don't pop up. I do put them in playlists, and I also get a lot of people telling me that there's missing videos. And I know I really don't post anything until I have all the videos ready to go. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. I'm a small channel, and that would just help a lot. Anyway, why don't we get started with our videos now? And hello to my Aquariuses, and how are you doing? Oh my goodness, I feel like everything's opening up for you. So I hope I'm right. But now, sometimes opening up is really good because it's like, there's an expression, there's freedom, there's a lot of that. But sometimes it opens up things that maybe you don't want to know about too. But you hate not knowing. You hate thinking that like, what is it? What is it? And not knowing. You would rather know and then maybe cry a little bit and then move on. And then maybe later on say, I wish I didn't know. But I just feel like it's a period of a lot of opening energies for you. So let's see. And remember, we are very close to the veil at its thinnest point. On October 31st, Halloween, there's All Hallows Eve. There is on November 1st, All Saints Day. We have Samhain. So lots of energies that are coming through the other side of the veil too. So let's see what it all means, though, for this weekend for our Aquariuses. And of course, we do have we are in that eclipse season. So yes, I'm coming to the end of my reading, so I am losing my voice a little bit. So I'm sorry, my Aquariuses. But you're the first one to get 3 in reversed. So strong stuff. Let's see what we've got for my Aquariuses. First card is stand strong, stand firm, don't back down. So when I get this kind of card, it's like really stand up for yourself, really move, be bold, be reasonable, of course, but be bold, and not to, this is a card of confidence for you right now. Now, part of the flip side is, am I going to have to be bold? Am I going to have to, be confident? I don't necessarily know that you're going to have to be confident, like something's coming at you so that you have to kind of fight back. I don't know that. I think it's more of how you present yourself. I think when you go into a room, own it. When you go, kind of like look around, don't back down. I really think this is a weekend for you to be a very strong present. Now, you know that 9 is, of course, let's wrap it up, all done. Fire energy is our Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, very passionate and burning. There is more and more the planets are going more into the water sign. So there's really nothing here in the fire sign because Jupiter's now moved over for a little bit of time. So fire in itself is something that's trying to make its way through. But you know I love her. This is the dragon slayer, dragon tamer, if you want to say. She is confident. She knows her abilities. And she doesn't try to fool anyone by pretending not to be who she is, but she doesn't want anyone to demean her either. So something about that for you, my Aquariuses, this week. It's very much stand firm in what you know, be confident in who you are. And, you know, again, it's not a time, no demeaning attitudes coming towards you. Send it back. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Next card is Six of Earth, money. This is that money card. This is the money from unexpected sources. This is lovely energy. I love this card. I also do feel like that has, even though it's an Earth energy, which is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and you know, we're in that eclipse season, new moon to full moon, really strong, anything can happen type of energies right now. And that is the requesting, the waxing moon. So it's requesting. So magic energy can be happening. Now, I do love the scales in this card. It does always remind me of that Libra energy, things balancing itself out. 6 is the number of man. So maybe it's the energies you've put into something, maybe never really expecting a return on investment, but then all of a sudden the money comes back. So it could be that lottery ticket that maybe you bought just as a fluke, or somebody gave you and you look and you won $10, or it could be something much more and much more substantial, because this is unexpected money coming. This is unexpected bills being paid or debt being paid. Okay? So gifts of money, time, or effort. It could also be about a new career opportunity, which is why you have to be very confident and present that. Receiving a loan or paying off debt. And also too, somebody here, when I'm doing this one, if you are in an interview and after you've answered the question, if there is a silence, don't think you have to fill all the silences. For some reason, it's kind of like people could be writing and, or they're absorbing your answer. And I just feel like sometimes just like, oh, well, then maybe I need to speak, because silence can be very uncomfortable. Don't know who this is for, but somebody is going to hear this. Silence can be very uncomfortable. And many times, and I will tell you, this is more a feminine characteristic than a masculine characteristic. I don't care what sex you are with it. It is more, and it does have a little bit of that, so we tend to want to provide answers to questions not even asked, and we tend to want to fill silences. So I'm kind of, when I came back to this one, you don't have to fill the silence. You don't have to fill the silence. Okay, so confidence, money, what else do we have here? Let's see. The Emperor. So 9, 6, 4. 4 is stability, organization, leadership energy. The Emperor has a masculine divinity to it. It is Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is, right, that one's Michael. It is, he is the warrior, the defender. He's very strong energetically. You need help, kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Call on Archangel Michael to help back you up. He's got your 6. You're back. Anyway, this does mean, this is about, you can feel confident if you know what you're doing. You can feel confident if you've got, if you've got things going on. Example, and I love my work examples because they're the easiest to relate to. But this is basically, if you're going in, have your resume prepared. If you're going in, have an understanding of what the job is all about. Because Mike, the Emperor, besides being a very divine energy, major arcana energy, is about having your stuff together. Okay? We can put it something else, but it's having your stuff together, knowing who you are, and like I said, and owning the room. Okay? So, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. So whatever this is about, be very confident this weekend. know your stuff. I mean, don't be unprepared. Now, you can't be prepared for everything. So don't, that again, maybe that's why I keep saying don't jump in to fill silences. You can just say, oh, I'd have to research that, or I'd have to get back to you with that answer. But you don't have to, we tend to dig holes when we fill silences. Okay. So here we go. So, and, like I said, own the room. Own the room this weekend. Oh, you know your stuff. Be bold. Be confident. I'm not going to tell you to be overly confident, but look at what we just got here. Triumphant success. So this is a weekend of success for you. This is a weekend of owning the weekend. So we have a 1. So we have a 9641, 1469. We have a 1, new beginning, new start. We have triumphant success. We have the sword. Now remember, Michael carries the sword of truth. Basically, cuts through lies and truth. But this is going forth, believing in yourself and knowing what you're doing is the right thing. Okay? So let's go on and see, what does Angels of Abundance have for our Aquariuses. Excuse me. Again, I'm losing my voice again. So here we go. Okay, this one is reversed. Conscious consumer. Now this is an interesting one. I mean, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But it's really knowing what you're buying and buying what you know. Okay? So you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. That's interesting. How does that all fit for you, my Aquariuses? How does that all fit? It's always interesting when, some of these fit in so perfectly, and some of these are like, well, okay. But let's see what we've got, what crystal or energy. And I have come a long way with trying to figure it all out. I just say what I have to say now. Okay. Okay, here we go. I know what we say. Earth. Be grounded this week. Stay grounded this week. There's more and more about the electrical systems and the energies that are all going out, and what we're absorbing electronically and our electrolytes, all of those things. Stay grounded this week. Okay, earth energy, abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. So what does it all mean to you, my Aquariuses? Did I hit on some things that made you go, Anyway, please do the like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. It really helps channels like mine grow, or at least get noticed. Anyway, as always, my wonderful Aquarians, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.